So focusing on the A's in FANG, it would be Amazon and Apple. Very encouraged by the comment just made on Apple on getting the users of Android to switch over to Apple. I think that the stock's been beaten down, and what people are missing is that the higher selling prices for their iPhones protects them from lower unit sales. So Amazon and Apple focus on the A's in FANG.
Kevin, your own?
I suppose if we had to pick one of the FANG names, we would pick Netflix. That we probably have the greatest weighting on that amongst that group. But I think, generally speaking, those are already big cap names that have sort of been anointed by everyone. I think, maybe this is a good time to look down the road at the up-and-comers and who are the names that 10 years from now everyone's going to feel like they have to own.
And with that in mind, sort of similar-ish to Netflix, you like Roku.
Right. Well, I mean, Netflix has a market cap over 100 billion, well over 100 billion. Roku's market cap is, I think, 4 or 5 billion, something like that. Much smaller, lots of headroom. And really, what they have in common is that they're both great cord-cutting plays. And so it never hurts to have a nice strong wind at your back. And cord-cutting is a very persistent trend that you can count on.
Tom, would you go to the most beaten down names within the overall tech sector? Because if so, then you're looking at some of the chip stocks. I mean, NVIDIA, Micron Technologies, Applied Materials, Western Digital, those are all more than 50% off of their recent highs. Would you be a buyer there?
I think so. I mean, within my coverage universe, I've seen names like Grubhub, a very high quality growth name, get cut in half. I think Roku's also interesting. So yeah, I think you could definitely look at the beaten down names in tech and look for a rebound next year. I do think we're going to face some of the same challenges as far as concerns over U.S.-China trade wars and rising interest rates. But what could make next year special is it could be the year that some of these unicorns go public, like an Uber, like a Pinterest. So I think 2019 is going to be pretty exciting for tech.
Kevin, if you think that maybe it's not that interesting to look at those anointed big names, as you mentioned before, are there any of those that we have gotten used to, considering the bellwethers, that you think are just kind of receding from the scene right now? I don't want to, necessarily lead you on this, but I mean, is Facebook, is that one of these stocks that we're going to be talking about for a while as kind of a former leader?
Facebook's a younger company than some of the others on that list. I'd say, I kind of have a hard time envisioning a year where Apple's iPhone shipments stagnate and the stock goes up, or goes up very much. Maybe if there's one of these companies that looks like they're having trouble, acting young, maybe it's Google. I mean, I look at what they did with Nest, or what they didn't do with Nest, and it seems kind of like, Microsoft went through a phase where they had their new product initiatives just sort of fell flat, but their business was so strong nobody noticed. But that was really a harbinger of what was going to happen. So maybe Google is the creakiest of the group, but they're still so strong right now. You can't really, I wouldn't short any of those names.